So we are in the midships head, and we're looking at the device that most people get very uncomfortable with dealing with on board a boat because they're not sure what the right thing to do is. To the left of the head is something called a Y valve, and with this valve you can set it to either dispose to the tank on board the vessel or dispose out to sea. Most of the time when you're more than 3 miles offshore, you can dispose directly to sea and not flush into the holding tank. However, certainly within 3 miles and within any marina or harbor, you should always have this set on tank. We may eventually remove this item as it seems to be no longer necessary these days. Well, first of all, let's start with the easy stuff. Right next to the head are 3 outlets. We have a 12-volt outlet. We have 110. This is an air outlet that's not actually used, so don't worry about that. And then we have the controls to operate the head. Basically, the top control is a combination of flush and drain. When you press it, it's going to fill the head with water and simultaneously operate the pump. Usually this just results in a lot of noise and not much action, other than it may spurt back on you. So we recommend the following mode of operation. Fill the bowl prior to use with a little bit of water, which is what this side of the switch does. You'll see a symbol that basically shows water flowing in, and that's it. You press that, and you'll hear the pump on the boat activate and fresh water fill the bowl. When you're ready to dump the bowl, this symbol here with an arrow going down flushes, and it also activates the macerator. This is an electric macerator, and you simply press this until the bowl is almost quite empty. I mean, otherwise it tends to spray back. So it's one of the fun things about a marine head. An alternative method would be to fill the bowl. Okay, this is in a flush sequence, and then tap the top switch and simply tap it as needed to completely empty the head and end up with a fresh bowl. And then leave about that much in the bowl. The head flush switches, as you can see in the midships lav, are located on the left side of the vanity. In the forward head, these switches are hidden behind the door. So you'd actually have to swing the door closed and look behind the door for these switches that are up against the wall. In addition to these switches, in the forward head you'll find another switch right above, which isn't here, that activates the shower sump pump, and we'll talk about that here in a moment here in the midships. So the one thing to be aware of in a marine head is simply this: it only handles human waste and marine toilet paper. There's absolutely nothing else that you can put down there. Not a hank of hair, not a paper towel, not even the most innocent looking item. If it is not human waste or marine grade toilet paper, which is normally stored in the cupboard adjacent, and small quantities of marine grade toilet paper, it really needs to be understood that these are not regular home lavatories, then you'll have a great time. Unfortunately, there will be those instances where unknowing crew members may put something else down the head or overload it with toilet paper, which is possible. And we do keep this device on board, which can be a little challenging sometimes, but this will help solve the problem, but unfortunately rarely does completely solve the problem. If the head becomes plugged with something, it may be necessary to take the macerator off the head and clear it of whatever is inside. A not pleasant task, usually assigned to the skipper of the boat or a mechanic. Anyway, so other than that, just be aware these work really great as long as you only use them for human waste and marine toilet paper. The midships head is equipped with a separate shower stall, and which is quite easy to use, but there is one item to be aware of, and that is a sump pump must be activated in order to drain the shower as you're taking a shower. And that switch is located under the counter on the right side in the midships lav. That's draining the shower. That will run. But do remember that once the shower is drained, it should be turned off.